Hey guys. Ooh, the music stopped abruptly. We are about to get started, so if you want to fill up your drink or grab a plate of food, you have like 2 minutes, and then come and take a seat and we'll get started. Thanks. Okay, thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. I'm Tia Caps. I work for CoLab, and I will be your MC for the evening. This is a super casual event, so as you'll see, small, intimate crowd, but we're going to have a lot of opportunities to interface with the presenters tonight, get your questions answered, and learn about these really cool projects. So thanks again for coming. This is a really special night for our city, and that's because we believe Chattanooga is uniquely positioned to begin actualizing some very cool next-generation broadband projects here in our city today. Chattanooga is actually one of 18 smart gigabit communities fortunate enough to have the support of US Ignite to advance these incredible projects. US Ignite made this reverse pitch event possible by contributing $20,000 and designing a matching funding opportunity that will support the winning proposals. Our local sponsors and partners have stepped in to provide the matching funds for the selected projects, which will unfold over the next several months and which begin here tonight. In a few minutes, we'll take a closer look at the context and demand for these local gigabit applications, which cover areas ranging from telemedicine to the next generation of online interactive music. We're also happy to have US Ignite's national technological leader, Scott Turnbull, here with us tonight, so we want to thank him for making the trip down to Chattanooga. And we also want to thank US Ignite for its ongoing support of Chattanooga's entrepreneurial and developer community. So let's give both a round of applause and welcome Scott up to the stage for a few quick remarks.
Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I'm always really excited to come visit Chattanooga. The energy in this town really is unmatched, and we work nationally and now internationally with the entry of Adelaide, Australia. And so we have 20 cities. We've actually brought 2 more in. So we deal with 20 cities globally on this effort. And the innovation that we see captured in these cities is just, it's unrivaled in my entire career. The excitement that we see and sort of the innovation being brought forward. And it's happening in communities like Chattanooga. I believe Chattanooga was the first U.S. Ignite city. They predate me, but that's how early they were. So the leadership shown from Chattanooga and the vision shown from Chattanooga has been noticed nationally. NSF talks about Chattanooga a lot. They're always really you're a go-to city for us at our demos and our events. And that's really fueled by a broad set of leadership in the community. I want to thank EPB for their leadership here. When we see the sort of development that goes into next generation applications or the ability of a community to self-organize and bring forward these innovative ideas, it's always coming out of a community like Chattanooga that has the backing of a locally focused gigabit internet provider like EPB. Their ability to be responsive to the local community and to keep the dedication to their mission is something that you may not get in large organizations with a national focus. So that's a real treasure, and we want to thank them for their participation and leadership here. Likewise, we want to thank you. Thank you. So likewise, we want to thank the Enterprise Center. We want to thank the CoLab. So the juncture between leadership from EPB, from the Enterprise Center, from your educators out at the school who are helping implement programs like the 4K microscope or the 4K video streams, the intersection of all of those good actors is something you do not see. And the future of development of gigabit and advanced applications is really in communities like Chattanooga. It's not up in the New Yorks or the San Franciscos. I love those cities. I love our partners there. But the mixture of enough advanced thinking, enough education, enough good acting community partners, enough talented developers in the community, you only get that in a city like Chattanooga or Kansas City or Austin. These are the sort of the cities people mention when they talk about the future of the country. The past came from other places, but the future is in cities like Chattanooga. So we want to thank you for bringing us here. We're so excited to hear what will come out of this reverse pitch. We're really looking forward to some of the solutions that will be recommended. And we're just so excited to work with everybody here. And it's always a pleasure to come into the city. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Scott. We also want to take a quick moment to recognize the sponsors and partners who made this event possible. And that's the Enterprise Center, US Ignite, CoLab, EPB, Fiber Optics, Chattanooga Public Library, PEF, Mozilla, and Hamilton County. We couldn't have an event like this without their support. And each partner has been, very involved in making this happen. So we just want to let those of you from those organizations that are here know how much we appreciate you. All right, and with that, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I guess to begin, we'll welcome up Mary Barnett, and she is the Public Relations Coordinator at the Chattanooga Public Library. And then after that, we're going to hear from EPB, and from them we'll have Shane Sexton, who's the corporate technical consultant, followed by Coleman Keene, who's the director of technology. And then at the end of the event, we're going to leave about 10 minutes for a Q&A, and that's a chance for all of you potential bidders to ask questions to the presenters and ask questions about the RFP process. And yeah, that's basically it. So with that, let's welcome up Mary to the stage.
The mic on? There we go. How's everybody doing? So my name is Mary Barnett. I work at the Chattanooga Public Library. And since I think about 2014, we've been involved with an exciting test project that hopefully you guys will be excited about and respond to the RFP. Using a platform known as LOLA, and LOLA stands for low latency. There's an official definition. I think I swiped off the Internet 2 website. But when you combine the specialized software that provides the low latency with advanced networks like Chattanooga's Gigabit or Internet 2, the result is real-time, long-distance interactive and virtual collaborations between cities and neighborhoods. So there's delay is, I actually got ahead of myself. So with the latency, delay is practically eliminated. And so musicians, master level musicians and educators have been using it in conservatories and higher ed institutions. And it's basically, the experience is about a 27 millisecond round trip delay when you're in remote locations. So point to point, 27 milliseconds of delay. So musicians feel like and sound like they're standing across the same stage from each other, about 20 to 30 feet apart from each other. And they've been using it in cities all across the country and actually all across the world. These are the operational LoLa nodes currently online in the United States. And, but there's a conversation that's been going on amongst this LoLa community about what else can we be doing on the advanced network for the public good and kind of getting it out of the siloed higher education world. And you can help. Chattanooga is trying to answer those questions about how can LoLa become more accessible to the public? How can it become more available in more communities outside of the university setting? Chattanooga tonight is trying to answer those questions with the RFPs that you guys are going to get into online. So we've been testing, like I said, since 2014, and we had a real busy year with it last year, trying a bunch of different things with LoLa at the library. Here's a shout out to the US Ignite Gigabit Application Summit, where there's the world famous Nick Lutzko on the far left. He's back in Chattanooga at the public library, and that's a musician standing on a stage in Austin in front of about 1,000 people. They performed a set of music together, about 7 minutes long, as if they were standing on the same stage. So we've been collaborating with a lot of cities. Burlington is one, Austin, Miami, but we really want to also explore working locally and with the library's own service footprint in the city of Chattanooga. So having a portable standardized LoLa kit that is ready to be deployed, it's already configured, it's practically plug and play, something that you guys can help us build. That's really, really exciting to us. And so far we've been playing around with music where the latency is most critical. But really we're just getting started. Like I said, we've demoed some informal music education using LoLa during International Make Music Day last summer. We had 20 kids in Chattanooga with ukuleles, and they were getting a lesson from a ukulele player from the Vermont Ukulele Society in Burlington, Vermont. There were kids in Burlington attending a session in their city, and then they all learned Happy Birthday on the ukulele, and then they played it live together over the advanced network of Internet 2. And that was just a fun little thing that we tried to do, but the kids all had a great time, and we were able to sort of demo what was possible there with music education. Our day-long program on Make Music Day was actually the first ever public library-sponsored LoLa event using the Internet 2 Advanced Network. In October, the visiting One Beat Global Music Fellows used LoLa and Internet 2 to compose and share new work, and then they premiered it live at the library with student musicians, master level students musicians at the New World Symphony in Miami. But what else? What else can we do? So now that we have some experience under our belt, we're ready for more collaborations and more uses. And our interest in experimenting with LoLa to begin with, and where we want to go from here, is how can it impact our service model? What can we innovate in service delivery of library services into neighborhoods that don't have a library? How can we use LoLa to deliver services or to receive access to guest artists, or let kids on Glass Street participate in a program that we're offering only downtown? Lola is one answer. There's a lot of straightforward ideas like Symphonic Tales, which is a monthly music and literacy program we do downtown. Well, we could share that out to a neighborhood that has no library using one of these portable kits. And we can stretch a little bit and explore ideas around virtual reality, meeting physical reality. Like, how about we build a virtual reality seesaw between the library and Glass Street? And the next time this cohort of global musical leaders from One Beat come through town, how about we ask the Tivoli Theater to host and give them a real venue to perform in. Also, an exciting new space for the library is the enormous potential that is going to come out of our new production studio. And this is a recording studio, and that's its current state. It's a work in progress. We're almost ready to open. It'll be open and operating in a few months. But again, and it will be Lola enabled, having a portable kit that's ready to deploy around the community is really going to expand the potential of this new space. So that's pretty much it. Check out the RFP. I think it's RFP number 1. Get excited about helping us build a living Lola lab in Chattanooga, and let's make some history. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Shane Sexton. I'm a corporate technical consultant for EPB. I'm here to talk a little bit about the telemedicine opportunities that we have and what we see. This is going to be a pretty quick slide presentation because we're really looking for you guys to bring this application to bear. What we have is a super fast network, and we don't know a lot about telemedicine, but we really feel like there's a market space here. Just to talk about that a little bit, the telemedicine space is projected to expand to about $34 billion by 2020, obviously, or 2021. It's an exciting space, I guess, for globally. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for applications to be developed. The costs are lower. We all know medicine costs are going up. The ability to sit in an office is something people don't look forward to when you go to your primary physician. Everybody's been sitting there on the table waiting for somebody to come through the door. The opportunity for them to come to a computer and you to sit in your own space in your own house and use some of the devices that are available for the doctor to actually check you out from remote is a pretty exciting opportunity for most people, whether that's, visiting with your primary care physician, infant care, elderly care. There's a lot of opportunities in the space. EPB, obviously, what are we here to do? We're here to provide a super fast network infrastructure. It's going to be, we have the ability to provide private infrastructure so that none of this traffic has to touch the internet. That doesn't exclude the fact that we need to have HIPAA compliance on these applications and security on the information that's being transmitted across it. But it does mean that we can isolate traffic into people's homes and into the doctor's offices so that we don't have to worry as much about hackers. It's still a concern. We still have to make sure the applications are safe. We have a lot of options from bandwidth that are available inside the network, and it's very low latency. So if we're doing video conferencing, or you're taking an instrument and actually using it on yourself so the doctor can see it, you'll be able to do that very quickly. They can read those instruments, they can get reports, they can do whatever they need to do real-time information with the patients. So we obviously have a lot of resources as EPB. Kind of known for speed. That's what we do. It's an all-fiber network. We already have probably 15,000 homes that have fiber optics on the side of the house. So it's readily available anywhere in the footprint. We can turn these services up really quickly. So what are we here to ask for? Again, we really don't have a clean definition for what telemedicine is going to be in the market space. We're here to facilitate your applications to link the doctor's offices and the patients together to bring something to bear to this market. We see this as a test infrastructure, a test application to really show what the power of this could be moving forward. So I think that's about it. I told you it was going to be fast. So.
Lights bright. Hi, I'm Coleman with EPB, and I'm here to talk about a tool that we would like for our video concierge service. And what we're looking for is a tool that'll help our customers navigate the confusing maze of the video options that are available and help them make a choice of packages that they would like to view. If you kind of go back in history, the golden age of TV was 3 TV channels and 1 TV in the house, and that lasted up through about the 60s. And then once you got past that, you started to see some low power local channels start coming in like PBS and some other channels. And then you get into the 70s and you started seeing things like more TVs in the house. You get to the 80s and 90s and you had a proliferation of cable providers and cable channels across the US, which in 92 led Bruce Springsteen to kind of create his song there about 57 channels and nothing on. So as you kind of move forward in time, you start adding devices into the house. So you start seeing a VCR show up. And then, not too long ago, you had the DVR. So pretty much less than 10 years, the DVR. And now you've got devices popping up left and right. And so that doesn't even start to get into the other devices that are available today. So today you can watch TV pretty much anywhere on any device that you have. And this is starting to cause a lot of confusion for our customers. And then, what's this TV everywhere stuff? Where's that coming from and what does that mean? And, that's just the start, because then you start looking at OTT providers. How many OTT providers are out there in the marketplace? So you got a customer saying, hey, what's the difference between HBO Go and HBO Now? What's the best choice for me? And that's what we're looking for, is a tool to help our customers navigate through what their viewing habits are, as well as what their pocketbook will support, to kind of line up the best packages for them. Whether that's a EPB video package with Netflix, or whether it's a Hulu Plus and CBS All Access and Amazon, what matches up for their needs. And that's what we're looking for, as a tool to help our customers make those decisions. So some of the things to think about for you developing the tool is, 1, educating the customer on what some of the options are. 2, trying to help them figure out what their viewing habits are, not only for themselves, but also for their household. And then the devices that are available to them, or devices they may like to have available to them, kind of line that up with their viewing expectations for content, and then kind of lining up packages that give them the best choices and give them options. Here's what you can do for this price point. Here's what you can do for this price point. So that is our ask. Thank you.
Thanks. So as you can see, that was pretty quick. At this point, we're going to open up the floor for questions. Does anybody have any? If not, we'll go ahead and move to a format where we have all of our presenters. Oh, we have one right here. Okay, great.
For telehealth, there's 65,000 internet customers. In terms of scope and scale for a small pilot project, what are you thinking?
Did everybody hear that? Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. Any other questions? Anybody brave enough? Put it out in front of the mask. We got one. Okay.
For telehealth, like what if the singularity happens and then the computer knowingly changes the health records and people get prescribed stuff that's not actually good for them? It's just a joke question. Don't underestimate Skynet.
All right, Tim, did you have a question? Did you raise your hand? You did. Okay.
Does all this use the Genie rack? Does this all go through the Genie rack?
I don't know that EPB's apps really are related to that, but with Lola currently, the infrastructure we have in place, and I apologize for my voice being at somewhere below prime. The infrastructure we have in place that allows us to connect with other cities goes out through the Genie rack, and specifically the connectivity we have in place with the Genie rack, the 10 gig connectivity to Internet 2. What we do within Chattanooga, it doesn't really depend on Genie, but might be empowered by Genie. Kind of the goal of Genie is to provide connectivity between islands of advanced broadband like EPB. But once you're within EPB, if we're going from a school in Hamilton County to the library, EPB has all the capacity and technology to deliver that without Genie. But when we go from, say, Chattanooga to, we've got somebody here from Lexington and Jackson, Tennessee. If we go to those places, we will more than likely go out through the Genie network.
All right, next question.
For the video concierge service, do you all already have partnerships in place with the over-top providers to get their content via API?
Awesome. All right, next person. Anybody? Okay, so if you guys want to view the RFPs, they are available on Colab's website. If you go to colab.co, you'll see reverse pitch at the top as a homepage slider, and it's going to be there for a long time. So you can go there and you can find all 3 RFPs. If you have a question about the RFP process tonight, we have someone here who can help answer all of those questions, so let me know. Also, if you're an entrepreneur or a developer and you're interested in putting a bid in on one of these projects but feel like you need team members, let me know or let Andrew Rogers know, and we'll see if we can help you guys out with some matchmaking. Over the next, couple of minutes, we'll have all of our presenters here who can answer questions in a more intimate format, so feel free to mingle. There's food right over there. There are drinks. And so, yeah, thank you guys again for coming out tonight. And again, reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Keith Richardson with EPB. Our RFP is not out there on the website, and I don't put it out there on purpose because I want you to come and get it from me, and it's a way that I can control the flow of information. If something changes, I have a distribution list, and I'll send it directly to you. And any questions that we have that come up, I get a list of all the questions, and I get them answered, and I give them to everybody. You won't necessarily know who asked the question, but everybody is going to be on the same playing field as far as they'll know what questions were asked and what the answers to the questions were. And my contact information is here, and I have hard copies of each one of the RFPs here, but that sign-up sheet is going to be very important because when you sign up on there, I need to have your email address. I'll add you to the distribution list, and you'll get all of the communication. And if I get that tonight, I'll send it out to you tonight. If I get it in the morning, I'll send it out to you in the morning. But I just wanted to put that out there and make sure that everybody understood how that whole process works.
Awesome. Thank you, and thanks again to you guys. So, we got another question. Sign up at the entrance. If you have questions about Lola, you can contact Andrew. So if you're really legitimately interested in participating in this project, come up to one of us at the end of this event, and we'll make sure that you are connected with the right folks so you can participate. Yeah.
I'm ready. You just come and talk to me.
Thank you, guys.